Welcome back to the daily segment of Where's My Sock, where I take podcasts and audio terms and define them in plain English to help you along your podcast journey. Hello, my name is Mr. E, and today's term is export settings. Because your edit isn't the episode yet, the export is what listeners actually hear. So what does export settings mean in plain English? Export settings are the choices you make when you turn your edited project into a finished audio file. They usually include things like the file format, the quality settings, whether it's mono or stereo, or the sample rate and bit depth. In plain terms, export settings decide how your episode is packed for listening and uploading. So why does this term even exist? Because it's possible to do a clean edit and still create a file that causes problems. Like a file that's unnecessarily huge, strangely quiet, or not accepted by a hosting platform. Export settings exist so you can control the final handoff from editing session to publishable file. It's the last step where you choose clarity, compatibility, and size on purpose instead of by accident. Something you'll probably notice when export settings bite you is exporting a file and realizing it's either way too big, way too low quality, or it's not in the format that you meant. Another common moment is confusing saving the project with exporting the episode. The project file is your workspace. The export is the deliverable. So export settings become easiest when you decide what file type am I publishing and what quality level makes sense for podcast listening. Wrapping things up, export settings are the options that create your final episode file format, quality, and a few technical packaging choices. If you only remember one thing, remember this. The project is not the episode. The export is the episode file you publish. So choose the export settings on purpose. Next time, we'll tackle remote recording because recording with someone who isn't in the room adds a few new failure points you'll want to plan for. Thank you for listening. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the show. So that way you never miss out on any of this information so that you can be a little bit better tomorrow than you were today.